Alright guys, so Dana White recently said that the UFC White House is a once-in-a-lifetime card, and he's going to book it as such. And I think if he doesn't book it like this, then it'll flop. What's up? This is Hard Takes MMA. If I sound a little different today, it's because I bit the fuck out of my lip and give myself a lisp like a fucking toddler. But fuck it, we move! And I'm going to show y'all how to book the UFC White House card. Alright, so I'm going to work my way up the card. Dana White's recently said a couple things, made a few announcements about it. He said it'd only be like 6 to 7 fights. I know, grown man, by the way. He said it'd only be 6 to 7 fights. He said that Conor McGregor would not be fighting Michael Chandler or Jorge Masvidal, which we will talk about. And he said that there will be no Russians on the card, which we will talk about. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. All right, so bold prediction. I think Sean O'Malley opens up this card. He's a fan favorite. At least they treat him like he's a fan favorite. The casuals love him. Point is, a lot of people know who O'Malley is. So let's talk about who I think O'Malley will face. Now, I got 3 options who I think they'll give to O'Malley, and I'm going to list them from most interesting to least interesting. Starting off with the most interesting, Sean O'Malley versus Peyton Talbot. I know, that's crazy, but hear me out. I think that fight just sounds super fun stylistically. I think if they're both going out there, like, this needs to be a good fight, let's press the gas, they're going to, I think it's a big jump in skill for Peyton Talbot, so we'll see if he's, like, legit enough to hang with someone like Sean O'Malley. And if he's not, what's more fun than watching a Sean O'Malley masterclass? You know what I mean? Watching him go up there and piece up Peyton Talbot. But even if Sean O'Malley's winning the entire time, Peyton Talbot still has that knockout power. He still has that puncher's chance, which I think stylistically would be super fun. I think Peyton Talbot can mix up some grappling. I think we could see this turn into a grappling match, which actually kind of sounds fun. Sean O'Malley, he's got some sneaky submissions in his arsenal. I think this will be a striker's delight. I think it will be a fun fight. Next option for O'Malley, give him Zalal. What's wrong with he's asked for Zalal? He's asked for a kickboxer in general. And I think watching Sean O'Malley go against another kickboxer is just fun, like, kind of for the same reasons. I think Sean O'Malley is way better skill-wise than all the other kickboxers in that division. And I think just watching him dominate would be more fun than anything else. And the last one is Corey Sandhagen. I know people have been asking for Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen for years. I know Corey has been asking for Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen for years. But I think Corey's would turn it into a boring fight. I don't think Corey wants to be on the card, but I don't know. I know a lot of casuals like Corey Sandhagen. A lot of white American guys like Corey Sandhagen. But I just think it'd be a boring fight. I just don't think it makes sense. And I don't really want to see it on the White House card. So moving up the card, another fighter who I think will be on the card is Derek Lewis. Donald Trump has said Derek Lewis is his favorite fighter. Dana White's going to try to appease Donald Trump by putting his favorite fighter on the card. Now, do I think Derek Lewis should be on this card knowing it only has 6 to 7 fights? No! I think he's going to be on there. The question is who I think he's fighting. Now, once again, I have 2 suggestions for the UFC. Please use one of these guys. Because here's the thing, guys. This fight card needs to be legendary. If they're saying this is a once-in-a-lifetime card, we need to treat it like that. Even if these guys aren't the biggest names, if Derek Lewis is on the card, I want to see him go up there and I want to see him fucking knock somebody out. I don't want to turn this into a fucking wrestling match. I want this to be a fun fight. So that's why I think they should give him Tai Tuivasa or Josh Hokic. Now, Derek Lewis, I think, is ranked 12 right now. I'm not super positive. I didn't check the rankings after his loss. I'm just guessing. But I think Josh Hokic fighting up into that 12 ranking isn't crazy. I think Josh Hokic is super patriotic. I think Josh Hokic desperately wants to be on this card. And he's a fun fighter. He'll have fun interviews. It'll be fun in the press conference. I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I think Derek Lewis is going to knock him out. I'll be honest with you. But that'd be fun to watch. We're going to see him take his pants off. Gonna see him say his balls are hot. Donald Trump's gonna be in the front row. He's gonna be loving every second of it. Same thing with Tai Tuivasa. I think if Tai Tuivasa gets this fight, it purely be to be Derek Lewis's punching bag. But who doesn't want to see that? Who doesn't want to see Derek Lewis use Tai Tuivasa as a punching bag? Now, don't get me wrong. I like Tai Tuivasa. I don't know why the fuck he's still in the UFC. I think he should get on this card purely for that reason. I think this year with one of these guys, I don't really care which. I just hope they don't give Derek Lewis someone who's just going to turn it into a wrestle fuck fest. Just going to hold him down the whole time, make it boring, make him gas out. Now, who wants to see that, you know? All right, the next fight that I want on the card, probably the least likely to happen, but I think there's still a decent chance, and I think a lot of people want to see this fight. So a lot of people think Colby Covington's going to be on the card. I think the UFC thinks he's a bigger name than he is. There's been a lot of rumors about Conor McGregor versus Colby Covington at 170, which, like, who the fuck cares about that fight, bro? Like, I personally, in the year 2026, I don't care at all about Conor McGregor versus Colby Covington. I don't even care about Colby Covington, if we're being honest. But I think there's one fight. I think there's one fight you can make in the entire UFC that would get me behind this Colby Covington fight. And that's Dustin Poirier. Let's get Dustin the Diamond Poirier to fight Colby Covington on the White House card. Now, okay, calm down. Okay, I know what y'all are saying. I know he retired. I know he said he'd never cut down to lightweight again. I'm not asking him to. We're doing this fight at 170. He don't have to cut down as far. I know he said he retired, but if he's going to come back for one night, at all, what card is better to come back to than the White House card? It's going to be one of the biggest cards of all time, fighting against someone who he actively hates. I think the press conferences will be fun. I think the fight would be fun. I think Dustin Poirier can win this, and I want to see Dustin Poirier win his last fight. I think the UFC should just offer Dustin Poirier whatever he wants and say, we want you to come in here, we want you to fight Colby Covington. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, but I think there's a realistic chance, and I think it should happen. And then finally, we have one more non-title fight we're going to talk about. The UFC said this was going to be 6 to 7 fights. They originally said it was going to be 6 to 7 title fights, and right now, as of February 16th, is when I'm recording this, there is no current title fight scheduled. And I really hope that they're not going to just put every title fight on this card, because then every other pay-per-view for this year is going to fucking suck. But I think that for the last non-title fight, because I'm going to do 3 title fights, I think for the last non-title fight, it has to be the McGregor fight, because we're not letting him fucking fight for a title. And I want to see Conor McGregor fight Michael Chandler. I know Dana White just said it wouldn't happen. But that's fucking bullshit, dude. Like, Michael Chandler is probably going to be on the White House card. I think he deserves to be. I think he should be. He's entertaining. He's American. He's patriotic. He's begging to be. He's a fun fighter. And I think Conor McGregor is a good fight. And at this point in both of their careers, I could genuinely see either of them winning. And that's a fight I want to see. It's a fight I've been wanting to see for years. It's a fight Michael Chandler's been wanting to do for years. And you know how disrespectful it would be to Michael Chandler to put him on this card and put McGregor on this card, fighting against other people? Like, bro, how are you going to do Michael Chandler like that? Just give him this fight. Just give him this fight. He's been screwed for years. He's been promised this fight for years. He's wasted years of his career waiting for it. Just give him the McGregor fight, bro. If McGregor's coming back, he needs to fight Michael Chandler. And I don't know why Dana White's so against that. Okay, but moving up the card, we have our first of 3 title fights. And we have Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. Now, obviously, this fight was booked, but Kayla Harrison had to pull out of it. I don't know time-wise when she's supposed to be available to come back. I didn't check. I don't really care. But, obviously, this is the biggest fight you can make in women's MMA, arguably of all time. Kayla Harrison is one of the only American champions in the UFC, which we'll talk about in a second. I think they need to put at least one women's fight on this card with an American women's champion. And I think Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes is the better option. Now, if Kayla Harrison isn't available, then we can get Mackenzie Dern versus Zhang Weili. Now, obviously, Zhang Weili moved up. She vacated her belt to fight Valentina Shevchenko and looked awful. But now I think she's going to move back down, and she's going to want her belt back. And Mackenzie Dern wants to be on this card. Like Kayla Harrison, she is an American champion. I think they have to have one of these fights on there. Obviously, I think Kayla Harrison should be that fight because she's kind of a bigger name than Mackenzie Dern. I don't even know how Mackenzie Dern's a champion, if we're being for real. And I think Kayla Harrison has a better chance of winning because who wants to go see Zhang Weili destroy an American champion, Mackenzie Dern, on the American card? Just gooners. That's who, because I just want to see Mackenzie Dern in there. But, yeah, I think they're going to do one of these 2 fights. Preference, Kayla Harrison. Don't really matter which. I don't know how to talk about my co-main event without giving away my main event. We're just going to do it anyway. We're moving up the card. So my co-main event of the evening, we have Justin, the Highlight Gaethje, versus Max Holloway 2 for the lightweight title, undisputed, and the BMF title. Now, Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I know this is crazy. But this is just what I see happening, bro. I just can't see Ilia Topuria fighting Justin Gaethje. I just don't see it. I feel like Topuria is either going to chase the Islam fight, he's going to vacate and move up to 170, making Justin the full champ, or he's going to be out a little longer, kind of vacate for that reason, or just have Justin defend the interim like Tom Aspinall did. And I think for a number one contender fight for the American card, I don't think they're going to want to put Arman in a situation where he could pull out a United States card. I just don't see them putting Arman on this card at all. I don't know. Dana White seems to hate Arman Tsarukyan, so I can't see him giving him this opportunity. And I don't think he trusts him in this position on the America card, on such a big card where he could pull out and ruin it again. So that's why I think they're going to give the title fight to the winner of the Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira fight. And I've been going back and forth on that since it's been announced. I genuinely don't know which way it's going to go. But right now I'm leaning towards Max Holloway. And I think Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje 2 for the lightweight title and for the BMF title makes so much sense. Obviously, it's one of the most replayed fights of all time. It's one of the most viral clips from UFC of all time. I think that the press conference would be fun. I think it'd just be a fun fight. I think a lot of people want to tune in to watch it. I think this in the co-main event is such a good fight, and I can just really see it happening. All right, and now for the main event of the evening. Dana White has said it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime card, and he's going to treat it as such. He said the main event was going to be the biggest fight you could possibly make, and I don't see how that could mean anything other than Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria. Now, I know there's multiple reasons why this fight can't happen. Obviously, Dana White has said there'd be no Russians on the card. I think he said before he doesn't want to just let Ilia vacate and go up to 170. And I don't know if they want Conor and Khabib in the same building, especially with Khabib also being Russian. But, like he said, he's treating this as the biggest card of all time. He's treating this as a once-in-a-lifetime card. And if he's really doing that, if he really means that, I don't see how anything but Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev can be the main event. It's by far the biggest fight they can make. It's by far the best skill-for-skill fight they can make. And if he truly wants this to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for everyone there, I don't see how he can make anything but this the main event. I've seen certain people saying they want Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje to be the main event, which is like, do you really want to see the American fighter get fucking slept in the first round on the America card? Because that's what's going to happen, bro. Justin Gaethje has no chance. I don't want to see that fight. I don't think they want to make that fight. They got to do Ilia versus Islam at 170. They got it, bro. Ilia's been posting himself bulking up, bro. He's looking kind of big. And I think Islam wins at 170. I think Islam's too big for him at 170. I think Ilia is just too small to fight at 170. But if he wants to, let him, bro. Let him. Fucking pay-per-view wise, you can make so much more on this than any other fight. I know pay-per-views don't exist anymore. I'm sure they have some other metric now. But if they just want this to be the card they say they want it to be, I don't see how they can make any other fight here. All right, and now we have some replacement fights. These are some fights I see them putting in if the other fights I said don't happen. Just kind of like some backup fights type shit. And starting off with those, I have Kevin Holland versus Bo Nickel. Now, the reason I can see this fight being on the card is because Kevin Holland is asked to be on the card. Kevin Holland clearly wants to be on the card. He's American. Bo Nickel's American. Bo Nickel wants to be on the card. Casuals love Kevin Holland. I don't know if it's because of all the videos from trash talking to Cage. I don't know if it's because he fights so much. But casuals know who Kevin Holland is. And by casuals, I mean super casuals. I mean people who can name like 6, 7 grown man, by the way. People who can name 6 to 7 fighters know who Kevin Holland is. For some reason, I think matchup-wise against Bo Nickel, it makes sense. Kevin Holland's kind of a gatekeeper now. Bo Nickel's kind of knocking at the gate. I could genuinely see this fight happening. Even if it's not on this card, I really see them making this fight. And as for Bo Nickel, I think he is big enough a name to be on this card. It's because obviously he has all the Dana White privilege. The UFC loves him. He has a cult fan base, bro. Everyone who's into wrestling will fight and die for Bo Nickel, bro. He has all the comment warriors in the comment sections hyping it behind him. Like, I don't know. I can genuinely see them making this fight, even if it's not on this card. I think if the card was more than 6 to 7 fights, grown man, by the way, that it was a lock for it. But I think just because it's so limited on the amount of fights, I think this kind of gets booted off of it. Someone else who I think got booted off this card by it being so short is Sean Strickland. Now, Dana White has said this would only be 4,000 to 5,000 in attendance in person and to be invite only. Now, Sean Strickland has openly loved Donald Trump for years, right? But about a week ago, in an interview, he's like, I don't want to fucking fight at the White House card. Fucking stupid ass card. Fucking Epstein and his friend's card. Like, bro, what? Not to get political, but like, what has Sean Strickland ever cared about any of that shit, bro? I think the UFC went up to Sean Strickland and told him that he wasn't going to be on the card, and he's coping by saying he just never wanted to be on it. You know, like, who would want to be on that card? Like, fucking losers who are on that card. He just goes home and cries about it, bro. But I think if they do put Sean Strickland on here, which would surprise me at this point, I think they're going to have him fighting the winner of the Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer fight. I think against Adesanya would make sense in a way that, like, if Adesanya wins, he gets a win back against Strickland, and then he's one fight away for the title again. Or you could put him in that title fight, which I really hope they don't do. And honestly, if I was Adesanya, I wouldn't take this fight. I just feel like stylistically, he could never beat Sean Strickland. But Joe Pyfer also makes sense. I think Strickland's going to lose to Anthony Hernandez. I think if Pyfer wins, ranking-wise, it'll make sense. Joe Pyfer is exciting American prospect, so I can see them doing it that way. I already talked about Mackenzie Dern versus Zhang Wei Li, but if you guys have any other fights you think will be in the card, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of my card. Let me know what you think the UFC was going to do. Let me know if you think they're going to disappoint or if they're actually going to give us a once-in-a-lifetime type card. As always, this is Hard Takes MMA. Y'all have a wonderful day and stay hard. Hey, yo, Pop.
Got a private jet, but I stay up in the shadows. They not in the city, yeah, I'm winning all the battles. I'm a billionaire, boy, go check the tag bracket. Black on black suit, yeah, custom made jacket.